Hi, Cancer. How are you? This is Mary Ellen. I'm here for your weekly love reading. We're moving past the energies of the beautiful Pisces full moon that just brought so much to the surface. Lots of shift and change going on. And I think because of that shift and change, we're seeing some signs of inner growth, clearly for you, signs of conflict. So we're going to jump right into it, okay? All the links about me are below. Most of you know I'm leaving soon for a journey. And, okay, you know what? This always happens to me. I got to stop shuffling because the cards start falling out. All right, so let's jump into it. If you want to be in touch with me after the 1st of October, send me an email through my website, okay? Because I'll be on the road. So, Cancer, for you this week, my guides are saying, most particularly, the card about your love situation that from the Journey of Love Oracle. Beautiful. The spiral dance of the goddess. So, as we can see from the other cards, a lot of shift and change going on. Having to do with the moon, things that came out at the moon. You know, the moon always reveals things, brings things into culmination, and there we see it in your cards. So I'm just going to check in. My guides are saying for you when it comes to the energies that are being offered for the reading. So here, let's take a look. I marked my pages. So the spiral dance of the goddess. From a point of light, we become a soul. And then we incarnate into a sacred body, and our lives become a work of divine art, a speck of heavenly presence manifesting itself through dimensions of time and space into a life on earth made manifest. As you sense yourself in this time moving and shifting from light to dark and back again, from knowing to unknowing, you are weaving your consciousness, your divinity, into sacred expression, manifesting your soul essence, into the form of your life. So as you travel through the darkness and the travails of pain and suffering arise in waves, be present to it. Trust that it is not a permanent condition, and wait for the spiral to twist from dark to light again, always moving closer and closer to the purity of the center and expanding outward eternally, as though you are being inhaled by the divine, filling the cosmic lungs as they reach far and wide, taking in all of life. You are bringing more of your light into form in these days. You may be meeting obstacles inside yourself and in the world, but this is because you are bringing through the light. If there was nothing happening, there would be no obstacle. Bless the obstacles as signs that you are proceeding and empowering yourself evermore. All else is just divine timing. Really beautiful, Cancer. Let's see. My guides are talking. All right, since I've got the book in my hands, I guess we're going to take a look at your partner. So if you're new, I picked some oracle cards. We're going to look into your energy, your life, your soul, what's going on in your love life, and then we're going to look at your partner, okay? So your partner, whoever it is that you're engaging with, and think widely, don't get stuck on gender. All the things that all readers say apply here. This could be vice versa. So you may find that the energy, that you related more to your partner, etc. Make sure to always look at all your other moon sign, rising, Venus, all that stuff. If this doesn't apply, lots of other fabulous readers here on YouTube. Check them out. So your partner, cosmic butterfly. Do you see the light emitting? Something is happening for this person that you're engaging with. And the other thing, if you're new, think widely, okay? It might be, okay, my guys want me to hold that up again. Okay, thank you, Spirit. It might be somebody, they're taking flight in some way. They're coming out of some kind of a cocoon. And I think because you're engaging with this person, my guides always talk to the quantum community, they call it. You know, people call it soulmate, twin flame, whatever that is. So those are the folks this year that my guides want to speak to. It's true whether this is a lover or not. There are always people in our lives who bring quantum shift and change, who match us energetically in some way. And through that beautiful union, our lives unfold. All right. So just understand, to look widely into your life if this doesn't apply to you and your loved one. Okay, so Cosmic Butterfly from Journey of Love. You are being reborn from the pulsating womb of the Divine Mother. You are on fire with her creative power. You are being transformed while you are living. To surrender certainty in favor of openness. To accept the smallness of your everyday life while admitting to the magnificence of your being. To open up to the divine light that pours through you in a myriad of forms, endlessly creating, destroying, creating again. This is your sacred task. Wow, beautiful. Whew, hang on, my guys are saying one more thing. Let this life seem as though you are living many lifetimes. It is possible for you to encounter the totality of human experience in this one lifetime, if you are able to be open to it. This is treading the enlightened path and embracing all of life. You've chosen this for yourself. You've been blessed with it as a possibility. They're stressing that. So they're talking about the deepest, most sacred, divine possibilities in your life. Okay, again, it's about your partner. It does reflect upon you, as always. So there's an encouragement. Why not let yourself be broken down and reborn through the workings of nature? Another life lies within this one that you experience now, and it beckons and calls to you in this moment. If your life feels like it is falling apart, take heart, because it is falling apart to come back together in a new way. You are going through a rebirth, just like a butterfly in a chrysalis. The agony and the delight, the sense of dying and being truly alive, can all be held in the serene space of your heart. Surrender into what you are becoming now, and know that you are leaving behind. What you are leaving behind is but a shell that once will have held your fast emerging new self. Beautiful. So a lot of shift and change going on, apparently, if we look at the cards. So let's look at the animal medicine cards. Okay, Cancer, you got Black Panther. So, we see the Devil card here. This is the Seven of Swords and the Moon card. Something's going on. There's a moment of difficulty going on, and it's not small because of the way these two things are joined. Okay, my guides are going. So I follow the pathway that my channel guides want me to follow. Okay, so that's the Devil card. We'll get into it. But in general, in tarot, it's about being chained to something that does not serve you. It's about your fears. It's about wanting to be released. It could be an internal process. It could be an external thing in your life. Likely it's both, my guides are saying. Okay, so you are involved in a deep struggle with yourself in general in your life, and that's the theme, okay, that my guides want to speak to, and that's you. That's your energy in this moment, this week. Okay, so that's the Seven of Swords. There is something very difficult going on. This is in tarot, it's indicates a lot of things. One of them is sneaking away in the night. It's about being dishonest. It's about being cheated, feeling cheated. It's about not doing things properly. It's about taking what doesn't belong to you. There's all kinds of implications. So I'll explain the story when we get there, okay? My guides want me to talk a little bit about the story because clearly we're seeing two people here. One of them is facing forward, and one of them has their back to the illustration. And there's a chess match or something. I don't think it's really chess. Some kind of strategy game going on, and somebody's been wounded. You see the okay, my guys are saying the ill intentions illustrated by the blackbird, and there's a dove there that has been wounded at the heart chakra, and that's King Arthur. He's not looking too happy, is he? He's got his knees pulled up in a defensive position because the person that he's dealing with is deceitful. So there's some kind of deceit going on. Something that has you chained. and you don't like it, and you're protecting yourself. But it's keeping you, it's holding you in chains because of your fears of the actions that need to be taken. But the sun's coming up, right? So no worries. My guys are saying, don't just, try to be in the moment. So I'm not surprised to see this Black Panther. Cancer, there's some power around you. There's some really intense energy, clearly involutions of light and dark, my guides are saying. So let's take a peek at Black Panther and see what that's all about. Okay. Black Panther is about embracing the unknown. Okay. I think you're traveling into the dark. Or maybe you're feeling like you're already standing in the dark, the shadow side of your nature, the things that keep you in chains, the things you don't want to look at. They're coming up. They're my guys are saying, yeah, that stuff is right in your face. So I'll be interested to hear how this unfolds. So if Black Panther has appeared in your cards, it may be telling you not to worry about the future. Trust that you are not supposed to mentally figure it out at this time. You may need to confront fears of the unknown, of being less than you truly are, or your inability to simply be in your life. Let go of your fears, especially if they appear as obstacles or barriers. Embrace the unknown and flow with the mystery that is unfolding in your life. The next step may be leaping empty handed into the void with implicit trust. In the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own self discovery and healing process. It is here that you will discover Black Panther's unexpected blessings. Wow. All right. Thank you, Spirit. So, part of what I like about this, my guys are talking about obviously the dark and the light, the dark and the light. And that's where you feel you're standing, I believe. So, the shamanic medicine card is the council. So, there's the light. Just see this. Okay, my guys are just saying, just make sure you pay attention to that aspect in this reading for you, because you're really in a difficult position, because the energy's all about breaking free from something and coming to understand the factors of deceit, and it's between you and another person. Okay, some deceit has happened. Okay, my guides are running with that. I'm going to clip it off until we get there. Okay, so the council, right? Sacred council of elders, all those notions, fairly self-explanatory. I think what you're doing with this moment is that you're giving it up to the council, or you're trying to contact the council, so to speak. So the council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the spirit world. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. The council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall. So look about you now and discern the meaning. Do not wait for further signs. It is time to embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. So, what my guys are talking about is, sometimes you have to leap empty-handed into the void. It's really terrifying. I've done it a lot in my life, and I've never crashed and burned. It doesn't mean it can't happen. And maybe that's what all the fear is about. But when you take a risk, all right, hang on, my guys are talking. When you take the risk to be fully yourself and use your energy to create and give permission into your greatest desires, then, okay, thank you, Spirit. That's why this is here. See the moon card? Look at that. In this deck, the name of the moon card is the Imaginer of Harmony. So I think maybe that's the theme of the reading, right? It's easy to give into fear and being stuck and who's doing what and why are they doing it and how was this happening. And if you can move the situation into the sacred place within you and try to release the fear and the anger and the mistrust and all the things that look negative, you can turn it. That's what I think is being said. You can turn it into something sacred in your life, a very difficult situation that's there. Okay, my guides are saying to help you overcome the obstacles that stand in the way of bonding with yourself. It's that kind of a message coming forward, Cancer. So for your beautiful partner, whoever this person is, their mystical shamanic card is the sacrifice. It's really beautiful. Look at that. Letting things go, giving thanks, standing, in the same way, in the sacredness of the moment, and just offering it into the spirit realm. Whatever words you use. I know a lot of people are people of faith, connecting with religious. My guides just said religious dharma. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. Lovely way to phrase that. So let's take a look at the book, see what's going on for this person. All right, so the essence of the sacrifice is the meaning is to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart into the feast of love prepared for spirit. The sacrifice asks that you offer to the spirit realm that which is most precious to you. In so doing, your offering will be sanctified. You will be elevated to the altar at which you've been praying, and come to the divine table of the heavenly feast. Your heart is the only worthy offering that you can bring. This is true because of all the blessings and the way life has been generous with you in so many ways. So it's about give and take with the universe, right? So whoever you're connecting with, they know that that's what they're doing. They know that the situation, okay, my guide said, is such. And I think because the name of the card is sacrifice, it's a challenge. I think it's a challenge for them. But they're willing to take it up and they're willing to do it. So let's see. Do not cling to the old form or allow your sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams, and now is the time to rededicate yourself, beautiful, to the journey. When you are able to make sacred, you open doors to infinite wealth of the universe. It is important not to delay. Like it. Nice reading so far. Okay, let's see. What did I leave out? I think I left out buffalo. So since we're using books, let's go for it. And then we'll jump right in. Okay. So buffalo medicine. It is about prayer and abundance. Okay. So whoever your partner is, they're in this state of being in this moment. They're just kind of they know they're transforming, and they know that whatever the sacrifices are that they're making, it's part of their transformation journey. It doesn't mean it's easy for them, but okay, my guides are saying that's the stuff of their willingness. That's their true desire, is to be connected with their transformational pathway. Even if they have to sacrifice something, they understand. So, it may, we'll get into this next, but it may be that you're leaving someone behind. They understand, I think. I think you don't have to worry about them so much because there's a lot of stress and worry in this card. All right, so in the Lakota tradition, it was the white buffalo calf woman who brought the sacred pipe to the people and taught them to pray. The appearance of white buffalo is a sign that prayers are being heard and that the sacred pipe is being honored, and that the promises of prophecy will be fulfilled. The medicine of buffalo is about prayer, gratitude, and praise for that which has been received. Buffalo medicine is also knowing that abundance is present when all relations are honored as sacred and when gratitude is expressed in every living part of creation. Because of its desire to give the gifts of its body and its willingness to be used on earth for the highest good, buffalo did not readily stampede or run from hunters. If you have drawn buffalo, you may be asked to use your energy in prayer. You may also be called upon to be an instrument of someone else's answer to a prayer. This could portend a time of recognizing the sacredness of every walk of life, even if it is different from your own. To honor another's pathway, even if it brings you sadness, is a part of the message that buffalo brings. So, this may be a time of reconnection to the meaning of life and the value of peace. Most assuredly, this time will bring serenity amidst chaos. If you pray in earnest for enlightenment and give praise for the gifts you have already been given. Wow, this is deep. Cancer, you're going deep this week, no doubt. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, I free shuffled the deck. I'm gonna do a couple more shuffles. Just my guys are talking about continuing to mix up the energy in order to be able to pull out what's meant to be known about the situation. So the first card, the theme of the reading, it's the devil. It's about something that you're chained to. Okay. Toxic situations in your life that you have agreed to be a part of. It is indication of addiction. Could be any kind of addiction. So what my guides are saying is, you're wanting to be unchained. You're wanting to be free of this that binds you, and you're going through a sacred process. Here in Soul Tarot, we look more deeply. So we're looking at your soul. This, if this is coming through from my guides from the universe, that's the theme of the reading. You're going deep, Cancer. All right. Let's see. It's kind of a funny, half cloudy day here. So there is the great Earth God, Cernunnos. Do you see the blue coloration? Transforming, sitting upon the earth. A snake in one hand, indicating, being bitten, kundalini, shedding the skin, all of that. And a torque, a piece of ancient jewelry, in the other hand. So in this depiction, my guys are talking. They're interrupting me. Sorry today. Okay, so they're talking about the way the devil is not the devil. It's a distortion of the pagan story that arose over time. So Cernunnos was kind of a stag king in the forest, and that's what the antlers are about. It's not about a devil that's evil and horned, and that came up over time through Christian religious beliefs. No slight to anybody. It's just history and herstory, okay? So there we see the soul, right? Working really hard while chained and unable to move. One by one, the opportunity presents itself. That's what those little things that look like eggs are, all right? It's human faces on them. There's an opportunity to face your fears and release them, and that's how you unchain yourself. You have to look deeply into yourself. It's time for deep honesty, my guides are saying, okay? So this is the card that represents you. Cancer, there's something you're engaged in. And, we see King Arthur. Beautiful sunny day, sun's coming up, summertime, sitting in the grass. This is actually his cousin. And they're playing a game. And what's happening is the cousin is cheating. Okay, that's what's going on. So Seven of Swords is about cheating. It's about doing unscrupulous things and being willing to participate in unscrupulous things. It's about wanting a situation to end. It's about wanting to sneak away in the night. And so it might be that, while you're in this process, releasing your fears, etc., there's a part of you that hasn't been particularly honest. There's not a lot of honesty between these two people. There's more and more self-protection going on, and that's what's keeping you chained, my guys are saying. So it's time to be excruciatingly honest with yourself, and it is what happens in the fairy tale of this story. So this person's cheating, something very dishonest going on with somebody that you're connected with, and they're manipulating you in some way, in secret, in an unscrupulous way. This guy's cheating. Arthur keeps saying, hey, stop doing that. And it's somebody that he loved. Eventually, because this person's behavior did not change and Arthur's heart wound got greater and greater, he eventually just smashed his fist down upon the chessboard, broke the pieces, and got up and walked away. And what's interesting, my guide's saying it's relevant. In the background, there's a magical creature. So in the background, they each had an army and they were really sort of literally having a fight. And so every time a piece was moved, the armies would move. So there's something about that. And I think we're talking energetically. So whatever this illicit, sneaky, less than honest, less than truthful behavior is that you're participating in willingly along with somebody else, and you're kind of watching what the other person is doing, and you don't want to call them out. That's what it is. Okay. So in the end, Arthur finally loses his patience, and he just smashes the chessboard. His army wins the war, and he just walks off into his life. So factors of being unchained. With whatever it is you're struggling with, we're here to talk about love. So there's something going on in your love relationship. It was brought forward through the cycle of the moon that we've just come through, this beautiful Pisces full moon. And, Cancer as a water sign, there you are, Pisces implications, jumping on that beautiful Pisces fish and diving deep. So you have a choice. You can go into the deep of your fears, or you can get in that vessel and put your hands on the oars and sail away to any place that you can imagine that brings harmony in your life. So I think that's the task. My guides are saying yes. That's the task that you're engaged in. It is some all right, Spirit. They're chattering. I want to pull the cards out, okay? So while they're talking, it brings relevance to you and to the story. Okay. There you go. There. There's a little bit of light. Look at that, a prophecy. Ace of Wands. Male energy, right? The impetus to move things forward. That's what you want. That's why Arthur walks away. You want to move things forward. You want something new. Okay? So you may be unchaining yourself from a relationship in order to walk on into your life and create that which comes to you through sacred manifestation and inspiration. Right? You know that photo in traditional tarot where there's a hand sort of holding the wand. Here you go, take that. When you go through this process, because it's connected to the cycle of the moon in some way, and the moon card, that's Cancer, right? That's your nature. So go deep into your nature, Cancer. Ooh, what's going on right here? Hang on. Go deep into your nature. Find your inspiration within you. All right, hang on a second. Oh, too many things. All right, Spirit, I'm going to ask my guides to pull it back out. Those are going back in. Yeah, I'm going to keep shuffling. I want my guides to bring the story out. Okay? So we're just going to keep going a little bit. So do you see how hard it is to get the cards even to go together? That's how you're feeling. There's something going on. Just intense amounts of obstacle. Emotional distortion, my guides are saying. Look, can't even get the cards to shuffle. Cancer, I'm sorry. Okay? Those of you who are going through this, I'm very sorry about it. Yeah, because you want it to end. Really interesting. You want it to end. You do not want heartbreak. This is the Three of Swords. It's a card for heartbreak. Okay? You don't want it, but it's got you tied. There's something heartbreaking going on in your life. And what you really want is to move through your life with your inspiration and your energy and your power, your male inception points of power, whether you're a man or a woman. Okay? All right, Spirits, please give us. Okay, that's dropping out. All right, here's the transition card that brings you, connects your human life into, look, the sacred lovers, okay? So there's the moon again, full moon, somebody that you are connected with very deeply, telepathic communication, etc. So Cancer, that's Merlin. That's Merlin. Okay? So that's Merlin involved in a heartbreak. That's Merlin getting heartbroken. So interesting because his true love is being washed away. He's trying to prevent it, pulling on miracles of moon miracles, my guides are saying, just trying to figure out what is the new thing that I can do. What's the inspiration? What am I meant to do in this process? Okay. So, interesting to note that this is the transition card. My guides call it the bridge card. So, between this and then your human journey with this, whatever it is, this is what connects you to your soul. Okay? Your heart, mind, chakra, all those kinds of things. The circuit of your soul journey. So, Spirit, let's get some cards for that. Let's find out what's going on for beautiful Cancer. What is it you want, Spirit? Okay. What I like about it, Cancer, is you're kind of standing in the dark and in the light all at the same time. Yeah, here it is. They want this. Okay, so all is not lost. That's a sacred goddess, Coventina. This is the card for Temperance. She is a sacred alchemist. You see the portal at the bottom of the card? So understand that you're not alone. This is something new I'm trying. I don't know if the light is right for it today. So Coventina is the sacred butter churner. She brings things into form. So there's something going on for you at the soul level with this, okay? My guides are saying, just understand that it's meant to be. It's just what is meant to be. Coventina has her whole attention on you. She is working to amalgamate the energy. I don't think you can see it. They're little pieces of energy bubbling up out of that vessel, and you're the vessel. So because you've contacted the council, I think that's what you're doing. I think you're praying, and you're using your powers of manifestation when it comes to loving your life to bring forward that what you meant. Okay, here's what my guides are saying. Yep, you're going into the dark. You're going to travel into the light. You're going to consult the council. You're going to ask for what is meant to happen. And on some level, you as well have to let go, because I think that was part of the message my guys are saying of sacred letting go, which means acceptance. It means allowing yourself to be reformed, tempered, strengthened, shifts in the energy, etc. Okay? Yeah, I like the progression of this. Something happened on the full moon or in the days of the full moon in Pisces. It was deeply connected with universal consciousness, love energy, things like that. All right. So you are going through a moment of temperance with your love interest, whoever that person is, who's very devoted to you. And yeah, geez Louise, Spirit. And let me just ask my guides, free up the energy, please, so the message can come out for Cancer. Spirit, what is it that you know, please? I hope they're saying keep going. Okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. So when these moments of temperance are happening within you, within your soul circuit, in a sense, you are going to move forward. And it is a blending of male and female energy. So this is the Chariot card. This young woman, this feminine energy, very activated now, and aligned with the sacred mother, the sacred goddess, the high priestess, all those things, right? So on a soul level, you have an intention to move this forward and to change your life. My guys are talking about changing your life in a way that frees you from these kind of cycles, because this is a cycle. And it's something that keeps coming back to you, my guys are saying. It's just challenges with heartbreak. And it's not just heartbreak, it's heartbreak in a lot of different areas in your life, I think. But there is some love energy that's available to you, that's working along with you, I think. This woman is channeling energy. It's really fascinating to me, because we're, in both ways, we're talking about factors of King Arthur. That's kind of cool. So energy is being channeled to you because you are taking the opportunity to get in the boat, to put your hands on the oars, right? You're taking charge of the situation. Because whatever it is, in Soul Tarot, it's about star-crossed lovers in a certain way. And the desire and the willingness and the actions to move beyond the heartbreak and to prevent someone from being washed away. Interesting. And that card is aligned with the Devil card. There's something about this heartbreak that's chaining you, or it's coming forward because you are chained to something. And on some level, you are still participating in it and you don't want to see it because you don't want it to be true. I've been there. I get it. You just don't want it to be true. So you start using your powers of manifestation. What could I dream? Let me dream. Let me put this in the dream time. Give it to the sacred waters. Pull out the real intentions and move myself forward. And maybe just past the heartbreak. Just past it. Just maybe, Cancer, maybe you just have to release it. But because you're a Cancer, while you're releasing it, you don't want anyone to get hurt. That's the hard part for you, Cancer. Because you're sweet and tender. That's why you put up with this for so long. That's his cousin. He doesn't want to fight with him. He's trying to give him an opportunity to come clean and to stand correct. And that person just can't, for whatever reason. And sometimes you just have to put an end to something. Sometimes you just have to put an end to it, Cancer. I'm sorry. And then you go forward. So this line in my readings, I don't often say this because I feel like it's old news, but I have a lot of new subscribers. That's the spirit line. That's very often the spirit line. So look at it. Look how ethereal and beautiful it is. You're aligning yourself with the sacred feminine. Okay, the male part of you aligning with the sacred feminine, who just sits very quietly together with you in the light of the moon, taking up the energy that's streaming through, turning into sacred water. Right? Two of Cups, sharing energy, bringing temperance to each other, all those kinds of things. It's about balance and healing. All right, they want that. Yeah, because this is what you want on your soul circuit. This is the intention. That's the Knight of Cups. He also has energy emanating from him, from his hands. Let me see if I can get the camera to see that. It's really weird how the light is today. It's very sunny out, but it's not. There it is. Okay. So that's, if you don't know, that's a sacred passage tomb at Newgrain, a very sacred site in Ireland. So this person has been through a death and rebirth process. And I think for you, this is known as a warrior, okay? It's interesting how some things in this deck are made clear and some things are more mysterious. So Knight of Cups. That person does their life, does their battles, utilizing love energy, right? So Knight of Cups, sometimes known as someone who is not entirely clear, but they have a lot of desire. Okay, not entirely clear, but having a lot of desire. Good Spirit, hang on, they're asking me to look at this. What's that? Oh, wow. Cancer, my sweethearts, what is it that you are doing? Because this, wow, and this is the outcome card. All right, so 9 of Wands. You've been fighting this battle, and you're exhausted. You're tired. So the story attached to this card is about a young woman who was betrothed to marry someone that she didn't want. And she was trying to figure out how to get out of it. It caused her a lot of trials and tribulations. She arranged a contract with someone, with her, the person she desired, in order to kill off the other person. All right. So there's something, Cancer, that you're doing that is just not honest enough for the situation. It's not, there's not a happy. You see the water running through, you see all the angry colors. Do you see the owl? The owl came and brought forward a message to, basically cease and desist, stop doing this, right? So if you stop, then everything's fine, sort of, to the best of your ability. And if you don't stop, you get turned into an owl and banished into the forest forever. So it's a reminder that while you're doing your battles and you're feeling exhausted and you just want to use any means possible to get to the end, don't do that. Do not do it. Look, Cancer, don't. Whatever you're considering that may not be entirely scrupulous, that may be causing you to spin through dark and light and ask the council, whatever, do what's right. Okay? Just do things honestly, openly. Don't do any deceit. Don't do any backdoor, backhanded anything. Just don't. It's okay to stand in this Nine of Wands moment when you're almost at the 10, which is the end of the cycle, and you're just tired. You don't want to fight anymore. You just don't want it. You're not sure if you can do any more fighting. So take care of yourself a lot, a really lot. My guides are saying it's time to perform your self-care because you're coming through something really difficult. All right. And it's factors of being reborn into and out of the sacred places in your life. Look at how this looks into the devil card. It's kind of scaring me, Cancer. Okay. Back away from the part of you that's tired. Go and take care of yourself. Okay. Get a massage, take a hot tub. You can say, I'm going to take a pause in this battle because I can't figure it out. And then it's going to be okay. All right. Difficult week for your Cancer. I'm really sorry. Really so sorry. Okay. What's going on with your partner? Let's find out. What's going on? Ooh, okay. What's going on with this person? Yeah. You know what? There's your partner looking at the battle going, oh, God. I just, like that. I don't want to do this. They're watching it. They know it's affecting them. But you see, they have their blue shoes on. It's transforming them. They're walking. Okay? They're walking in their transformative energy, my guys are saying. So this is Four of Wands, indicating marriage, happiness, celebration, twin flame, soulmate, quantum partner. So this partner is engaged in this kind of thinking. They're watching the battle on a soul level. Thank you, Spirit. They're watching the battle on a soul level. They know they're involved in it somehow. It might be between the two of you. And they're just kind of sitting in this peaceful place. They got flowers in their hair. They're holding their vessel. Their vessel is full. They can replenish it whenever they want. And they're just, my guides are said, they're just standing under the tent, right? The tent of celebration. They're just standing there going, well, I'm here. Guides are laughing. Okay, so a lot of review about the light and the dark, about the challenge, about what's going on, about the choices that need to be made. Okay, we don't often think of Four of Wands like that. Look, see, your partner's kind of, look. Yeah, Cancer, I'm really sorry because I know it's hard. Jeez Louise. So while they're in this cosmic butterfly state, I think what they've done is they've just sort of said, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice perhaps myself because I know I'm transforming. I'm just going to raise this love up to the highest order of what love could be within myself. Yeah, there's factors of letting go here because of the sacrifice and because of how Buffalo sacrifices itself for the tribe, for the people, so to speak. All right, Spirit, give us a little bit more. Yeah, well, look, conflict on this side too. Something's going on, Cancer. Sorry, your partner's standing there going, "That's enough. I can't. I'm done." Right? Okay, Cancer. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to say what I think is true here. You haven't been honest. You have not been forthright with this person. Wow. Okay, so we have 2 4s. That's the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Cracks in the sky, arguments, disagreements. This person feels as if they are being deceived, that you are cheating at stealing from them. So the story is about somebody who's a wisdom holder in the town. They find out that this shenanigans has been going on, and they basically step up to the people. It's a group of people, and say, all right, look, stop now. Give me my guide said the S word. Give me my stuff back. Okay? I'm standing here with my power. And I'm giving you an opportunity to make it right. And if you don't make it right, same kind of thing. Look, Cancer, be real careful with yourself, okay? This is another story about being turned to a beast because of your wrong deeds and being cast out into the forest so everybody can see you're this part of you. Okay? So, hmm, hmm, yeah. So your person is sacrificing, I think, themselves, maybe their relationship, to prevent something bad from happening. And it's helping them transform because they are doing their right actions, so to speak, while they're just sort of offering it up and saying, "All right, Spirit, you take it." Because look at this mess that that I got myself involved in. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm stepping out. And okay, my guys are saying it goes this way. It's interesting, isn't it? Hmm. So your partner might be soft and hard at the same time while they're going through this. You might see their strength in a real way because in some way, I guess like all humans, there are two minds about it, right? They get it and they're giving it up to the spirit realm, but at the same time, they might be looking at you and saying, "No, no, 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 no." Okay, for those of you that are, you're working with the feminine energy like this, all right, the woman of battle. She knows. Look at the winds of change blowing through her hair. She's holding her sacred spear. She's got her hand open. She's willing to receive whatever comes. She's really strong. She stands in her place. She's often the first one into the gap, and she's been through her initiation. You see, she's got the amulet on of the initiate. So she has no capacity to be engaged in things that are like this. She has no tolerance for it. So whoever your partner is, they're trying really hard to do what is the ethical thing. And they are not willing to participate in what may not be ethical or what they judge to be unethical. All right, Spirit, what's that? Yeah. So your partner's making shoes, okay? That's interesting because that's the King of Wands. So there's a lot of fire energy, a lot of passion, a lot of real love in this reading, and a lot of moments of you see how your partner's just sitting still. They're just sitting still in their place, and they're saying, "Right, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm going to offer myself up so that I can continue my transformation." And at the same time, destiny is calling them forward. They're making shoes for a new journey because they have come to the top of their game in some way, right? King of Wands, power, passion, the ability to create. Interestingly related to the story that's coming out, there's the King of Wands, who's just a kick-ass warrior. The shield is hung on the wall behind him. And this could be feminine energy, okay? Remember, think widely. They're not participating anymore. They just turn their back. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not available anymore for that. I'm not even going to engage in it. It just sucks the life out of me, and I want my power and my passion to be used for creation. So I'm going to make my shoes, and I'm walking on. See that? See the blue shoes? Beautiful, isn't it? So, factors of understanding how you get yourself in these situations, understanding what it brings to you, and understanding the moment when you have to just say, I have to allow myself to be unavailable for this. Because of the type of energy it brings. Oh, Lord have mercy. Cancer. Oh, God. Look. Okay, so continuing on the thing I just caught myself off. Knowledge. Combat with knowledge. There is a struggle going on. Things have been revealed. Factors of healing are present. But in this moment, in this week, it's a hard nut to crack. That's what my guides are saying. Your partner has totally backed off, and they're basically just offering it up, They're just like, okay, I gotta let go of this because I can't solve it. I've said what I needed to say. The universe is in charge. I'm gonna pay attention to my journey now. And you see how these two look? Your partner's kind of at peace with themselves. Woman of battle and king of skill. I like that. So, doing battle with the knowledge that your partner has. So your partner feels like they are being disrespected. They are running a race. It feels impossible. In this card, again, look at the angry colors in this card. See that? So they've been deeply challenged as well. They're running a race in a sense with themselves because this is about them. Okay? And it definitely has to do with you. It's about a magical goddess who married an earthly king. She had one requirement, and that was to keep her name sacred and to not reveal her. And that's exactly what the king did. She was compelled to run a race with the fastest racehorse. It was one of those drinking buddy parties and bragging started. And you know how it's meant for fun, but it goes downhill fast. So he revealed her. She was in labor. Imagine how pissed off she was. She ran the race. She won because she is a magical goddess. She touched the stone of destiny, so to speak, in her own life. And in that moment, she gave birth to twins and banished that husband from her life forever. So I think there's factors of rebirth on both sides of this reading. Okay? And always we have free will, we have choice, but there are many burdens, many challenges going on. There's definitely some fear, trepidation, anger. Anger. Ooh. And it may be Cancer that you're not willing to take charge of the situation until it gets so untenable that it raises your anger to the surface, and then you pop and you smash your fist on the chessboard and you break the strategy game and you walk away, and then at that moment you get in this boat with yourself in the deep quiet and you start imagining what you'd like and you start sending your intentions out. And maybe you prevent a heartbreak, maybe you don't, because that's the outcome card. So it's based on your actions and the choices that you make. The universe is trying to help you. Your soul wants it to go that way. Okay? And, your partner kind of also. Your partner's feeling very stressed. They're very upset. They're trying to give birth to something. Maybe it's a quantum partnership. Maybe you guys are soulmates, twin flames, whatever. So, again, this could be within your family, could be within your life, could be your love relationship. So look widely and see where it is in your life where there's all this distortion. My guys are talking about factors of distortion. So, it's true in everybody's life. You're the only one that can bring change. All right, hang on. All right, hang on. Spirit, what do you have? Yep, okay, beautiful. 3 runes. Where's my little book? Let's check the runes, okay? Thank you for your patience. I just have this need, apparently, to go deep in these readings. So that's the rune for separation. Okay. Let's put it right there. Okay. There is something that you're going to be separating yourself from in some way. Hopefully you will do the separation without a lot of underhanded, dishonest factors of dishonesty, and be able to release your fear so you can unchain yourself from them so that you can do the rest of the cycle, okay? So this is about separation and retreat. It indicates a form of sacred inheritance if you're able to tread your path, I guess. This is a time of separating pathways. Old skins must be shed, outmoded relationships discarded. When you receive this rune, a peeling away is called for. It is part of the cycle of initiation. It is Othela, a rune of radical severance. The appropriate action here is submission, and quite possibly retreat. Knowing how and when to retreat and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. Real property is associated with Othela, for it is a rune of acquisition and benefits and truth. However, the benefits you receive, the inheritance with a capital I, may be derived from something that you have to give up. This can be particularly demanding when what you are called upon to abandon in some aspect is some aspect of your own behavior, a part of your cultural inheritance, perhaps. For then you must look closely at what until now you have probably claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, the work you do, or even to your beliefs about your own nature, the separation called for will free you to become more truly who you are. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so, okay, I'm going to do it this way. This is the rune for joy. I love it. I'm going to put that between the two of you. Okay, let's just do some spell casting and create the energy that there can be a joyful outcome, no matter what it is, that it's factors of joy that you come to. So this is about joy and light. It's the rune Wunjo. It is known as the fruit-bearing branch. The term of difficulty is ending. And you have, okay, my guys are saying, you will come to yourself in some regard. The shift that was due has occurred, and now you can freely receive Wunjo's blessings, whether they are material gain in your emotional life or in a heightened sense of your own well-being. This is an alchemical moment in which understanding is transmuted from knowledge. The knowledge itself was a necessary but not sufficient condition. Now you can rejoice, having been carried across the gap by the will of heaven. Joyousness accompanies new energy, energy that was blocked before now. It is a time when light pierces the clouds and touches the waters, just as something lovely emerges from the depths. The soul is illuminated from within, at the meeting place of heaven and earth. Beautiful. It is a meeting place of the waters. There is a new clarity which may call for you to renounce your existing plans, ambitions, and goals. It is proper and timely for you to do so. Wunjo is a rune of restoration. It is a rune of the self, properly aligned with the self. So Cancer, you know what, my darling, I'm going to put it right there. Okay? You can do it, Cancer. I know, it's, when you want something really badly or you're trying to attend to something, I'm an Aries rising, so I just want to say, I know how hard it is because some part of you could just say F all and power through this, and you could, but for a reason that's really important when it comes to your soul cycle and your own self-worth and self-knowing, you have to take the straight and narrow path. You can bring change without destruction. That's what my guides are saying. It's interesting. All right, so the last rune that came out is a rune for movement. Yeah, let's put it there with the Chariot. Okay? Movement from this to this. The enlightened way to move things forward. It's really impressive in a certain way, Cancer. So this is the rune Awaz, a rune of transit. Transition, movement, physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, or new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation. There is about this rune a sense of gradual development and steady progress, with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. This could apply to the growth of a business, to the development of an idea. In aspect to relationships, a relationship may need to undergo changes if it is going to live and grow. Moral effort and steadfastness are called for when you draw this rune. Thank you, Spirit. They're backing up the cards, they're saying. This is one of the cycle runes, and let it be said this way. As I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. This rune symbol is the horse, and it signifies the bond between horse and rider. Bronze Age artifacts show a horse drawing the sun across the sky. Look at that. Ooh, giving me a chill. Oh my gosh. So, Awaz is saying that you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your possession. Now it's time to turn again and face the future. Reassured, okay? When you go through this process ethically, morally, correctly, it's just like anything like that happens. There's such a giant relief. when you just let yourself do the right thing, whatever that is for you, and resist the temptation to be sneaky and underhanded and to tell lies, and you get to just change it. You become chained to that, and it can bring a very bad outcome. So you're getting a warning, Cancer. So now is the time to turn again, face the future reassured. Prepare to share the good fortune that comes your way. This sharing is significant since it relates to the sun's power to foster and illuminate all things with its light. Cancer, it's just a big love. Guides are saying big love and hugs. It's a very momentous moment. It's going to affect you for a long time. So, if this is about business, do not cheat, do not steal, do not tell lies, do not seek to manipulate. Trust the universe. Okay, put your trust entirely in the universe. Okay, look what's on the bottom of the deck. There's the moon card, right? Things may have come out at this moon that caused this conflict, because that's what the moon is for. Brings secrets into the light. Brings things up out of the deep, and it brings culminations. So, yes, you're at a culmination point, but you're also standing right at the moment where a new life comes forward. So trust in your process. It's the best advice I have. Just trust your process. Acknowledge that it's hard. Take real good care of yourself, okay? Get a massage, all of that. I look forward to talking with you next week. Hopefully this energy will have moved on by then. Cancer, thanks for watching. Click the like button. I'll see you next week.